everyone, welcome to Chef Shelley's Kitchen. Today we're going to, you see my crock pot, you know I'm the crock pot queen. We're going to actually make a crock pot pumpkin spice dump cake. Now you're probably like, what is this and why are you making a crock pot? Oh my God, this is such an easy recipe. It tastes fabulous. And I'm going to give you some tricks and all those kinds of things to help you kind of get through it. But it's really kind of just a two-step process. The first thing we're going to do, you see I've got a combination of different items here. The key ingredient is going to be your pumpkin puree. So we're going to start with that. We're going to put the pumpkin puree in a bowl. We're actually mixing all these things together. And if you're new to my show, all of the ingredients and the amounts, they're all found in the description, okay? So please look down there for the specifics. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please be sure to do so. And if you find this video helpful, like it, okay? That helps me out a whole lot. All right, so we've got the pumpkin in there. Let's now add brown sugar. Again, all of this is going to be in the description. We've got eggs. And we have evaporated milk. Pour that right in there. And we have pumpkin spice and cinnamon. And then we have some vanilla. Yummy. What can you make without vanilla? You always need vanilla. All right, so now with that, I'm going to take this and I'm going to just mix it together really well. Let's do that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to spray the crock pot with some cooking spray. Now, one thing I want you to know, in this crock pot, this recipe, you can actually cook it on high or low. So if you cook it on low, maybe you have a lot of time, you don't want it to cook as long, then guess what? You can put it on low for 4 hours. If you have less time, then cook it on high for 2 hours. However, here's the however. Once the time is up, you need to take it out of the crock pot container. So I would lift it up and put it separate, because otherwise, even if you keep it in here, this is still hot, it's gonna still keep cooking. And you also want to take the lid off, okay? So two things that I want you to keep in mind, depending upon what you choose in terms of doing either 2 hours or 4 hours, just make sure you take it out of here and you also make sure you take the lid off. It'll keep cooking and we don't want that. All right, so we have that nice and ready. Let's go on and spray the crock pot. So I'm gonna just basically coat the entire thing. I'm gonna try not to inhale the spray because it'll make me, it won't be good. All right, now let's take this and we're gonna put this in as our bottom, okay? So this looks really good. We're gonna just pour it in like that, okay? Then the next thing what we're gonna do to kind of layer this is we're going to use a yellow cake mix. So let's put this out of the way here. We're going to now use a yellow cake mix and we're kind of gonna make it crumbly. So I prefer Duncan Hines, whatever your fancy is. Aldi's even has a good yellow cake mix, so whatever you'd like. You're just gonna dump the yellow cake mix into your bowl, okay, like so. This is what makes it the dump cake, right? All right, once you do that, we're going to add some butter, okay? And again, look in the description, you will see all of the specifics, how much butter. It's basically a stick of butter. Okay, now I'm gonna bring these two items over here, but we're not gonna put them on. We're gonna save them for last. And this is chopped pecans, as well as I like the semi-sweet chocolate morsels. So we're gonna just mix this together. And as I said, it's going to just be crumbly, okay? And what we're gonna do once it gets mixed up really nicely, we're gonna take this crumbly mixture and we're gonna put it on top of that mixture that we just put into the crock pot. And then once we do that, and one thing I want you to be mindful of as you're mixing this, you know, make sure that you have butter on every single portion, because sometimes on the bottom it'll get, you know, just missed out. And you'll see that even when I do it. So you'll see it'll be a little bit still of kind of a powdery mix. So mix it as best as you can, like I'm doing here. This is such a wonderful recipe. And again, something if you have a lot of things going on, just a great way for you to have something cooking and you not be present. And it's so delicious. I love eating this with either vanilla ice cream or even Cool Whip, putting that on top. It's just divine, 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 divine. All right, this is mixed really well. You probably can't see it as well, but it's just very crumbly, okay? And then I'm gonna just use my hands to just put this on evenly on top of this mixture, okay? So it goes on top like so. Just wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And I'm actually mixing it a little bit more because, again, as I was telling you, sometimes not all of the cake mix gets mixed with the butter because I do want it as crumbly as possible. All right. Okay, let's put the rest on here. So it's going to be covering this whole, just make sure you've got some across the entirety of the pumpkin puree mix. Okay. So the rest I'm going to just kind of dump like this. These are the little crumbs that I was telling you about. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to just spread the pecans just kind of evenly on top of the mixture, okay, like so. And then we're going to take the chocolate chip morsels and sprinkle them around as well. So this will give kind of that extra little sweetness to it. You want to put this on this side of the recipe and not in the pumpkin, because what happens is if you put it in the pumpkin puree, these will drop to the bottom and basically melt totally. You do want these to melt, but melt basically into the cake, right? And that will absolutely happen, and yet you'll still have some on top, okay? All right, so we've got that going on, and if you want to put the morsels in first, you can do that. Put the morsels in first, put the pecans on top, however you would like it. All right, what we're gonna do now is we're going to put a lid on it, and we're going to give it the appropriate amount of time. Again, 2 hours if it's on low, and 4 hours if it's on high. And we'll come back so you can see how delicious it looks, okay? We're back. It has been exactly 2 hours and it's ready. One thing I can tell you about this dessert is that it will have your house smelling so good. I mean, the pumpkin spice, it is just amazing. So I'm gonna actually take some in. So you'll see the picture that I'll produce that has what it looks like actually in the crock pot. But let's go ahead and put some on our plate. And then I'm gonna add a little cream Cool Whip to mine. And we're going to, it's probably gonna be very hot. So I'm gonna have to be very, very careful when I do this. So one of the things you'll be able to see is this wonderful, of course, you've got the pumpkin on the bottom and the cake on the top. So, oh my gosh, it looks so good. So good, so good, so good. So I'm gonna just take some out like that. So don't expect to be cutting it like a regular cake. It's a dump cake, so you know, you're gonna dump it and put it on your plate and add some good stuff to it. So if you want to add some vanilla ice cream on the side, you can do that. As I said, I'm going to just add a dollop here of some Cool Whip. And then we're going to give it a taste, okay? So I can use this very spoon. Again, it's very hot. Hope you can see how wonderful that looks. Yummy, yummy, yummy. That looks so good. All right, let's take a bite, and I want to make sure I get some of the pumpkin as well as the crumb top and pecans. All right. Mmm. Oh my gosh. This is so good. Just so good, okay? That's all I can say. It is so good. This is as delicious as it smells. Let me just take this one other bite. Mmm. Wow. Mmm. It's just fantastic. I need to hurry up and get off of this so I can get into this. Thank you for joining. Again, if you're looking for something quick, simple, have at it. This is a wonderful dish. And what a great dish, again, for the holidays, particularly if you're around kind of pumpkin time. I love eating pumpkin during pumpkin season. I hope you subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Just click the little button with the picture. I come out with a video every other week. And I try to come up with dishes that are simple, delicious, and a healthier twist to it. Hope you enjoyed this. I gotta go because I have to get into this. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.